I'm waiting for you to come in. Hello, greetings, everybody, wherever you may be. How are you? I hope you are well and happy and safe. If you have any questions, please let me know. Also, please let me know where you come from. If you have any question, please send them in. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Please let me know also where you come from. I'm keeping statistics, so I will know the true picture of our participants, which part of the world they come from. Okay. From Darren Williams, hello Ajahn, I am here. XD. From Dhamma Path, Dhamma greeting Ajahn, I am Gel. Lily Siswanto, good morning. Mandami Ajahn, greetings from LA. Happy to see you and happy to see you are healthy. Thank you. Hope you are well. From Kenneth Hunt, good evening Ajahn. You are clear, thank you. From Switzerland. Matthew Khan, hello from DC Ajahn. How's the capital? I heard it's pretty bad. I hope everything is back to normal now. From Dhamma Path, Dhamma greeting Ajahn, I'm from from Emily R. Shelton. Hello Ajahn, from DC. From Claudia Schweiner, good evening from Germany, Prajan Suchart. How are you? Hope you are well. You got any questions? Just send them in. From Darren Williams, Ajahn, regardless of any way of breathing, my breath gets so refined, slow and shallow, to such a level that I could no longer breathe long and deep anymore. So where would you try to feel the breath in the body to direct your thought and evaluation? When the breath itself is now so subtle and shallow, and so far still can't feel any new abstract thing like breath energy. Well, the purpose of watching your breath is just to keep your mind focused on one object, to prevent your mind from thinking about any other thing. So as long as you can still focus on your breath, doesn't matter whether the breath is shallow or not, whether it's deep or not. As long as you can still focus on your breath at the tip of your nose, just keep focusing on that point, and don't worry about the intensity of the breath itself. Doesn't matter. Just leave the breath alone. All you want is to use the breath as an anchor to prevent your mind from thinking about the past or the future, or about any other thing. If you can do this persistently, continuously, eventually your mind will become calmer and calmer, and you feel happy, you feel strong. The mind will have equanimity, will not be affected by any emotions. So keep focusing on your breath. Doesn't matter whether your breath is shallow or deep. So long as you can still watch your breath, just keep watching your breath at the tip of your nose. and eventually jhana will come by itself. From Alfredo Vilela, good afternoon, Pante, from Brazil. Hi, Alfredo. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you are well. Happy New Year to you. From Matthew Khan, things have calmed down in the capital. Thank you for your concern. We have to look at things as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Things are subjected to change, and they are not always under our control. If we don't want to have any dukkha, then we just have to let it be. From Emily Shelton, we are both safe and healthy in the U.S. capital. Okay, glad to hear that. Stay safe. Another question from Darren Williams. I also recall how the sense of the body was diminished throughout the session, which is good news. And there was considerably less feeling except for the great power, heating discomfort in the hands, which overpowered every time and ruined my concentration and my chances of jhana. I would have remained focused on the breath, but my hands heated up so much just as the breath got subtle and refined that it just threw me off balance and I just had to get up. You have to ignore everything that appears when you meditate. Whatever happened to your body doesn't matter. It's just an illusion. It's not real. I mean, it won't hurt your body from sitting in meditation. So if your hand feels numb or feel like a piece of rock, sometimes it can feel like that. Just let it be. It's okay. It's not going to hurt the body at all. Just keep focusing on your breath. And then eventually everything will disappear and you will be in jhana. From Jinalin 4. Good morning, Mahajan. I am Jinalin from Malaysia. Sadhu, sadhu, anumodana. Yes, well, if you send in your message, please also let me know where you come from. I like to keep the statistics. From Ong Apprentice, audio and video are good. Watching from Singapore. Dhamma Path. Dhamma greeting, Ajahn. I am from the US. I wanted to ask for your suggestion regarding the Mechi ordination. What is your advice on ordination versus practicing at home? As a lay person, where we won't have ideal environment for the practice. Well, there are options you can decide which is good for you. When you first start, if you don't think you can become a mechi and go live in a monastery where you can get a better environment for your practice, then you can stay at home and practice at home, keeping the 8 precepts. But as you advance in your practice, you'll find that you want to become a full practitioner. Then you might want to become a mechi and you will go look for a monastery where you can spend your time there for your practice. Normally, that's how people do. When first starting practice, we practice at home first. And as we progress, we will find that we are strong and able to cut off our attachment to things. Then we be ready to become a mechi or become a monk. So we then can go and live in a monastery and practice full time. From Simon Eng, Namaskar Ajahn. Where are you from, Simon? From Claudia Schweiner. Thank you for asking, Venerable Ajahn. I am fine. Yes, I have a question. I do social work. Currently, I work as a special needs aide in an elementary school, and I see so much children and their families in need, as well as I see so much social injustice. It is breaking my heart. My question is, how can I develop equanimity seeing all that social injustice? You have to think of things in terms of karma and think in terms of the reality of the world. Our world is populated with people with delusion, so they tend to be selfish, they tend to be cruel to other human beings and animals. This is just normal nature of the world. So there will always be injustice in this world if people have no Dhamma. Secondly, you have to look at the law of karma. We are all subjected to our karma, subjected to the consequence of our karma. If we did good karma, we will do better in this world. If we did bad karma, we will do worse in this world. So this is how you should look at everybody, that they are all subjected to their own good and bad karma. If they are well and happy, that means they are reaping the benefits of the good karma. If they are not, they are reaping the benefits of the bad karma. And these are something that you cannot do anything about. But what you can do is try to be loving kindness, having loving kindness and compassion to whoever you come into contact with. But you can only do so much. So just do what you can. And what you cannot do, then you have to leave it to the law of karma and the law of the world, the nature of the world. This is the way how the world works. Question from Deborah Jonas from Ontario, Canada. I like to face east when meditating so that I can face the birthplace of the Buddha and Ajahn. But my Buddha statue are also facing east, making my back to the Buddha statue. What is the correct placement of myself and the statues? It doesn't matter really. The Buddha statue can just be facing any direction, so long as you are facing the real Buddha who was living in India. So you can disregard the placement of the statues in regard to your position of sitting meditation. You just place the Buddha statue in the place that is appropriate. But in regard to the position of your body sitting, this doesn't matter. If you want to face the Buddha, you turn the Buddha if you want the Buddha to be facing you, then you just have to put the Buddha right in front of you where you sit if it's possible. But it doesn't really matter. This is just a sign of respect that you want to give. So if you're facing the Buddha in India, that's good enough. That doesn't matter where the statue is. You can forget about the statue. From Satyaku, Happy New Year, Ajahn from London. Happy New Year to you. Since June of last year, after joining Ajahn Dhamma session, I have benefited so much from Ajahn skillful Dhamma teaching techniques and remarkable ability to expound the Dhamma so clearly. It has humbled me with deepest and continuing gratitude. For 2021, I hope to make the effort to work hard so that my efforts can eventually equal to the efforts of the Arya, like our inspirational Ajahn, who has attained the goal to Nibbana. Thank you immensely, Ajahn. You are welcome, and I hope you will be able to do what you have set out to do. It's a good resolution to put more effort in your practice, because the effort will be the one that will decide the result, will give you the result that you want, which is eventually attaining to Nibbana. From Bobby NG Kim Tien. Where are you from? Dear Tanajan, there is many occasions when I sit blissfully, feeling exceptionally light, even sitting long period with no pain and relaxed. Only one strange situation I recall is when I feel I have to jump a cliff, strangely, but I dare not let go. This illusion have any meaning as I realize I am worried about death and let go fully. It just might be a test to you, that's all, to see whether you are ready to let go of your body yet. If you're not, then don't worry about it. Just accept the knowledge that you're not ready yet. So you need to do more contemplation on the true nature of the body, that the body is impermanent, it is subjected to aging, sickness, and death, that there is no self in the body. The body is just a living doll given to you by your parents. You are the mind who just happened to be connected to the body. But eventually, this connection will have to come to an end. So what you want to do is prepare your mind with equanimity when the time comes. If you have equanimity, you will be able to let go of your body. Bobby, okay, you're from Singapore, thank you. From Darren Williams, I just wish I could submerge my hands in ice cold water as I meditate, but such technology doesn't exist. You have the mindfulness and wisdom of the Buddha already, so all you have to do is just ignore it. Just keep focusing on your breath, and then it will not bother you. It's just an illusion, disturbing your mind, distracting your mind, that's all. Even though it might seem real when you feel it, but it will eventually disappear. So don't worry about it. Just keep focusing on your breath. From Lily Siswanto. I am well, Ajahn. Thank you. I can't seem to pass my current meditation stage. I can sense that I am present, reciting Bhutto slowly, so my mind doesn't slip away. I can't seem to get to the one-pointed state. I would like to think my meditation is getting better gradually. But how do you know for sure it is getting better, Ajahn? Anumodana, Ajahn. Appreciate your teaching. If you can sit longer, if your mind becomes calmer, then this will be a sign that you are progressing in your meditation. So what you need to progress is your mindfulness. So you have to try to be mindful all the time, not just during the time of meditation. You should be mindful from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Try to control your thoughts. Stop preventing your useless thoughts to come up. You can think when you really have to think, but when you don't really have to think, then try to use a mantra or try to focus on what you do. Then you will have more mindfulness. And then when you sit, you will find that you can sit longer and the mind become calmer. But when you sit, don't expect result. Don't try to anticipate the result, or keep asking yourself, when am I gonna have jhana? Because this is thinking and it will prevent you from getting your result. You have to stop all thoughts, whether it's anticipation of the result or about anything. Then your mind will become calmer, and eventually fall into one-pointedness. From Simon and California. Simon from California, thank you. From Alfredo Villela. My perception is that Upekkha is more near. I am feel good, but it's not fourth jhana. Okay, too? That's right. Just keep doing it. Eventually, you will get the full fourth jhana. You might getting partial fourth jhana right now. So just keep doing it. Don't worry about whether it's fourth jhana or not. As long as you feel good and your mind is neutral, that's good enough. From Satyaku, the Ajahn, for a human being upon death, does the mind disconnect the vijnana from the body, and at which point it becomes a spiritual being, as it no longer has a body? Well, the mind is always a spiritual being, whether it has a body or not. So it doesn't change. It just it just changes status, that's all. Like a married person and a divorced person. When you're married, then you're connected to another person. But when you're divorced, you are separated from that person and exist alone. But you yourself don't change whether you become divorced or married. You're still the same person. Same way with the mind. The mind is always a spiritual being existing in a spiritual world. But when it connects to the body, it can also experience the physical world. So the mind is usually disconnected every day at the time of sleep. When the mind goes to sleep, the mind withdraws the vijnana from the body and does not receive any input from the body. But when it awakes, then it reconnects to the body with the five vijnana. So actually we are dying and reborning every day. When we go to sleep, we have a temporary death. And then when we wake up, we are reborn again. So this is how the mind in relation to the body is. Second question, is the rebirth to any of the realm of existences instantaneous apart from rebirth into human or animal realms? Yes, because these realms of existences is really the status of the mind itself. See? The mind, even though it might be connected to the body, but it might be in the heavenly realms or in the Brahma realms or in the animal realms already, depending on the good and bad karma performed by the mind itself. So the mind might have a physical, a human body, but if the mind keep killing for livelihood, for instance, the mind has already entered into the animal realm of existence. But if the mind keeps the five precepts and give charity regularly, then the mind has transformed from the human realm into the heavenly realm, the realm of the devas already, automatically, even before death. So upon death, it's just a matter of disconnecting from the body, that's all. But the status of the mind has already been accomplished by the karma that the mind does. So right now you might have a physical body, a human body, but you might be a deva or a brahma. A deva, if you keep the 5 precepts and give charity regularly, do charity regularly, or if you can meditate and enter into the jhana, then your mind is already in the Brahma realm. Or if you can become a sotapanna, your mind is already a sotapanna. See? It doesn't have to wait for these things to happen. It happens instantaneously depending on your karma, on your action. Number 3 question. If it is not instantaneous, then is the spiritual being waiting in the spiritual realm for the right conditions? Thank you, Ajahn. I think I have answered your third question. The mind is always a spiritual being, and it can be any realm depending on the good and bad karma that it is performing right at this moment. So if you can sit and enter into jhana, your mind is already in the Brahma realm. If you can become a sotapanna, your mind is already in the Arya realm of existence. From Darren Williams, Ajahn, what do you think of the direct practice of being aware of awareness? I think this is a form of developing mindfulness, that's all. Being aware is mindful. Being aware of awareness. I think it's difficult to be aware of awareness when you don't have awareness to be aware of. So it's easier to be aware of something that you already have, like your body. Because the goal is to develop mindfulness, to stop or prevent your mind from thinking. So if you don't have mindfulness, you don't have awareness, you will not be able to be aware of awareness. So it's easier to be aware of your body or to be aware of a mantra. This is much easier way of developing mindfulness. As I remember, Mahabua discouraged against such present moment practices in place for Buddha and breath meditation. Why? I think that's the why is because you don't have the awareness to be aware of. That's why. And it will not prevent your mind from keep on thinking. So it's better to have a mantra, Buddha, or keep watching your body, or breath meditation in the case when you're sitting down. If you're moving, then keep watching your body action, watching what you do, or recite a mantra, Buddha, Buddha. From Morris Twig. Hi, Morris, how are you? Happy New Year to you. From the Netherlands. Namaskar, Prajan Suchart Abhijato. Good morning and a good evening from the Netherlands. A healthy and Buddha Dhamma New Year 2564. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much for your time, for guiding, and for your fruitful answers. Anumodana Sadhu. Hope this year in October I can pay my respect to you in Thailand. Here in the Netherlands, they start with the vaccines. May all beings be happy and healthy, and may all beings live in safety and in peace with themselves. Thank you very much, Morris, for your kind thoughts, for your well wishes. Greeting from Megawati, Lao. Where are you from, Megawati? I think Indonesia, if I'm not wrong. Greetings, Ajahn. Question number 2 from Deborah Jonas. I am an executor of my father's estate. The will is complicated, and the beneficiaries are all arguing about the interpretation of the will. we will probably have to go to court. I feel like resigning and let someone else take over. Do you think resigning is the best thing for me to do, or is it better to continue with this responsibility? Thank you, Ajahn. If you can continue on without hurting yourself, hurting your mind, causing stress for you, then you can continue on. But if you think it's stressful to you, then you can just let somebody else do it for you. You have to look at the mind. What affects the mind? If it's causing you stress, then you should just let go. Comment from Thomas the Pablabas to Darren Williams. Good question. From Darren Williams, haven't found anything about this in the sutras. What is Buddhism opinion on suicide? Many people are doing it. Even Bhante Samahita killed himself. Killing yourself, killing the body doesn't solve the problem, see? Because the problem is caused by your defilements. So you should kill your defilements, kill your kilesa, kill your cravings. They are the ones that is causing you stress, causing you suffering, causing you unhappiness, sadness, depression. So they are the ones that you should kill. And you should kill them with the practice of the Noble Eightfold Path. That's the medicine to kill your problem, not killing the body. Killing the body will increase more bad karma, causing your mind to go lower in the realm of existence. So killing is not the answer. It's actually become a problem. It creates more bad karma, create you more suffering, not getting rid of your suffering. People do it because they don't have the knowledge of the Dhamma. If they have the real knowledge of the Dhamma, they would never kill themselves or anybody, like a Sotapanna, for instance. From Lily Siswanto, Ajahn, why when people are reborn, most of them can't recall their past lives? Because their memory is very short. You can't even remember what you did yesterday, what you eat yesterday. So how can you recall your past lives? People who can recall their past life have to have upajjhara samadhi. Their mind has to be able to enter upajjhara samadhi. Then they might be able to recall their past lives. I say they might because it doesn't guarantee that everybody, once they enter into upajjhara samadhi, will be able to recollect past lives. Some do and some don't. But it doesn't matter. It's already past. What you were, you could not change it, and that it doesn't make any difference to you right now anyway, from knowing that. From Thomas the Palabas. Where are you from, Thomas? You're the first timer, I think. First time I see your name here. So if you can let me know where you come from, that would be very nice. Dear Ajahn, my most respectful greetings. I have been following you on Facebook and Zoom for a few months now. I am originally from France. Okay, thank you. I have two questions. First one is, in meditation, being aware of the breath. I tend to fall into a calm state, not very bright. Quite dull, actually. What should I do about that? Just keep continuing focusing on your breath. It doesn't matter whether it's dull or bright. Brightness or dullness doesn't matter. What matters is calmness. If your mind is calm and neutral, have equanimity, then you are on the right path. But as far as being bright or dull, this is not the essential consequence of your meditation practice. It can happen. Some people can experience some brightness. Some people don't, so it doesn't matter. What you want is calm, stillness of the mind, and equanimity, lacking any emotional reaction. No love, hate, fear, or delusion. This is the nature of equanimity. Second question is it possible to be recognized awareness as something that is already there? Well, we have to define the word awareness. See, if you define awareness as the one who knows, the knowing element, that one is always there. But if you define awareness as being mindful, then it's not always there. It's something you have to develop to be constantly aware, mindful. For normal people, the mindfulness is temporary. They come and go. Most of the time, they don't have continuous mindfulness or awareness. They might keep running away from mindfulness by going into the past or into the future. If you can keep the mind constantly in the present, then this is considered to be continuous mindfulness or awareness. So, and that in answer, does it have to be developed? Yes, you have to develop mindfulness to have continuous awareness. Then the continuous awareness will then be able to see the ever-present knowingness or the knowing element. From Darren Williams, what does Mahabua mean by mind's essential knowing nature? Mind's essential knowing nature is knowing. The mind is a knowing element. And the essential nature of the mind is knowing and thinking and feeling. The four namakhandas are the mind essential nature. Vedana, Sanya, Samkhara, Vijnana. And the mind itself, the knowing mind. From Sally Tan, good morning, Pante. Where are you from, Sally? From Sami Viachi. Hi, Sami, how are you? Is Samyojana same like Kilesa? Yes, they are the 10 fetters, which are more defined than the Kilesa, which is a common term of the Kilesa. But Samyojana are more detailed description of the Kilesa. First, we have a question from Narayanan S. from India. Sometimes cockroaches and mosquitoes come into my house and fly towards me, as they might spread diseases. Sometimes I or someone in my family kill them to protect other humans in the house and get rid of them. Is it very bad karma? Well, killing is bad karma. So if you kill to protect yourself, then you might be reborn as an animal. Because this is the nature of animal. They kill others to protect themselves. So you can get rid of them in other ways without having to kill them. You can trap them, or you can catch them, you can prevent them from coming into the house. Like in Thailand, our houses have screen, so we normally don't have problem with this cockroaches and insects. If they do come, we try to catch them or try to chase them away, but we don't want to kill them, because killing will lower your status of your mind status from being a human to become an animal. We try to minimize it as much as we can, but occasionally we end up killing them. In order to prevent you from killing them, you should think yourself, if you are them, what would you feel like? You and the animals that are the same, they have the body and the mind. And the mind is like everybody else's. Your mind and my mind and the animal minds have the same goal. That is to have happiness and not to have sadness, not to have any pain. So try to think it this way. Every time you're killing someone or some animals, then you will not like to do it, because think if someone doing this to you, how would you feel like? You love your life as much. They also love your life as much the same way. So try not to kill, because killing them is like killing yourself. You could feel the pain in your mind when you're being killed. Should I spread metta to counteract my action? Yes, spreading metta is to leave them alone, or to get rid of them in a way that you don't have to kill them. This is spreading metta. It's not just by sitting there and then spread the metta. You have to spread it by action, not by thought alone. You need to be kind, be loving, be forgiving, in order to be able to treat the other people with metta. Should I wait the result of bad karma? You don't have to wait. It becomes automatic. As soon as you kill, you are lowering your status of your mind from human to become animal. From Darren Williams, I want to hug and leave Ajahn. Please don't do it. From Bobby Tien, dear Tan Ajahn, heard the term Sati Sampajanya often. Any practical explanation on this? Thank you, Satu. By the way, where are you from, Bobby? Sati Sampajanya means continuous mindfulness. That's what it means. Normally, our mindfulness is not continuous. It keeps come and go, comes and go. But when you keep developing, maintaining mindfulness, eventually your mindfulness will be continuous. That's when we call sampajana, sati sampajana, continuous mindfulness. From Trendy Wu, where are you from, Trendy? Good morning, Ajahn. If it is non-self, how do we explain the planes of existence? The plane of existence are the nature or the status of the mind. See, it doesn't have to do anything with self or no self. It's just the quality of the mind, like the quality of the water. You can have good quality of water, and you can have bad quality of the water, depending on how pure the water is. That's the same way with the quality of the mind, which makes it to have different planes of existence. The purer the mind, the higher planes of existence. The more defiled the mind, then the lower realm of existence will become. The mind itself is in the plane of existence already. The planes of existence is not a place like Bangkok or London. It is the state of mind. the quality of the mind itself. From Jarirat Sether. How are you? Where are you from? From Thomas de Palabas. Thank you very much for your answer, Ajahn. It is very helpful. I will listen to them again and use them. If I may follow up about the Tao state, it's calm, but the problem is that it's close to sleepiness. It means that your mindfulness is weakening. That's why. If you fall asleep, then you should stop meditating and get up and do walking meditation instead to develop more mindfulness first. And then after you have walked for a while until you feel tired of walking, then come back and sit again. I think you will experience a more alert mind and you won't fall asleep. The problem is that it is close to sleepiness and I fall asleep at times. So I open my eyes and try to continue to stay with the breath. That's what I mean by dullness. Yes, it means that you are not mindful enough to be able to continue on with your meditation. So you should get up and walk. I think it will be better than sit because you can walk longer than sitting. And you can develop mindfulness while you walk. And you also help alleviate the pain of the body from sitting. Then afterwards, you will be able to come back and sit for a longer period of time. From Jane Lee, hi Ajahn, I'm from Melbourne. I want to ask, can we merit for our parents in our meditation? Thank you. Merit is usually shared to the living, to the dead people, and the merit has to come from charity. If you want to share the merit to someone who already died, then you have to do some kind of charity. Then you will feel good, feel happy. And this is what merit is, the feeling of happiness and contentment, that you have done something good for somebody. Then you can share this with the spiritual beings. But as far as for the living people, you can share your kindness and love by doing something for them, doing something good for them. Like if you want to make your parents happy, go to see them, pay a visit, bring them some gifts, or do something for them. This is how we share our merit with living people, by being kind and by being compassionate. From Nabiti, Namaskar Ajahn. Where are you from, Nabiti? From Bobby Tien from Singapore. Thank you. From Su Sim Tan. Good morning, Ajahn. Suki Hontu Dhammena. Greetings from Malaysia. From Jarirat. Namaskar Ajahn. I am from Norway. I'm listening from Norway. Very good, thank you. From Tirata. Good morning, Ajahn. I am watching from Norway. Okay, thank you. Are you a friend of Jirarat? She is also from Norway. Darren Williams. Ajahn, did you ever feel like disrobing and going back to the world? Never. Once I turn my back to something, I never go back to. I usually don't go back to something that I have already experienced. Like I never went back to the States once I came back to Thailand. And once I left Wat Pa Bantat, I never went back to Wat Pa Bantat. From Set Earth, I'm from Stockton, California. Thank you. Greeting Tanajan, very grateful to hear your teaching. Thank you. I used to live in Fresno when I went to the States to study my bachelor degree. I went to Cal State, California, Fresno, Cal State, Cal State, Fresno, Cal State University, Fresno. Stayed in Fresno for 5 years, pretty close to Stockton. Very happy to hear someone from nearby. From Sachaku, thank you so very much, Ajahn, for the enlightening answer. From Phoebe saying, hi Phoebe, how are you? You're from Toronto. Dear Venerable Ajahn, I am following up on the topic of sharing merit that you just mentioned. If we share merit with someone who passed, we don't know what state they are currently in, either a spiritual being or perhaps already reincarnated as human or animal. If they are reincarnated, can they still receive the merit? No. Once they are reborn as a human being or as an animal, they will no longer need our merit to make them happy because they can make themselves happy. And if they are being a spiritual being, they have to be in the state of hungry ghosts, hungry spiritual beings, for them to want to get merit, depending merit from other people. But if they are other type of spiritual being, they don't come and receive or ask for merit from us. So if you don't know, then you don't have to. If you're not sure, but if you still want to do it, it's also good, because if you can also say that if the person that you want to share the merit is no longer needed then you can give it to some other spiritual beings that still need this merit. So it doesn't have to share it to someone you know. If someone you know you're not sure or you don't think they need it, you can always share with other spiritual beings who need it. From the BT, I am from Medan, Indonesia. Thank you for Dhamma. I hear Ajahn Dhamma every day. You're welcome. From Thomas the Palabas. Okay, sadhu. Thank you, Ajahn. I will use walking meditation to develop more mindfulness and alertness, and then go back to sitting. From Czech Lincoln. Hi Czech, how are you? I thought you wouldn't come in today. Greeting from Vancouver, Tanajan. Sorry for joining in late today. So happy to see you, Tanajan. So happy to hear from you also. From Tirata, I am not a friend of Jarairatha. Now you are Dhamma friends. You are joining in the same Dhamma room, Dhamma meeting. So you can greet yourself, sending your greetings to her, and maybe you might be able to meet since you're living in Norway. From Claudia Schreiner. Venerable Prajan Suchart, thank you so much for answering my question and for your compassion to teach us the precious Dhamma. May you be well. Good night for now from Germany. And I am looking forward for your next Dhamma teachings. Next, we'll have a Zoom meeting next Tuesday. I think I can't remember the date. I think it's January something. We have Zoom meeting on Tuesday, next Tuesday. From Jane Lee, hi Ajahn. I still have another question. Can we share merit for someone in condition sick? No, if they're living, then you can make them happy by your kindness. Go to visit them and do whatever you can for them. Show your kindness, show your love. This is the way of sharing merit with someone who is still alive. But for someone who is dead, you cannot do this. Then you have to do it by sending them the merit that you get from doing charity. Can we chant for them? Thank you. No, you cannot chant for them. They have to chant themselves. If they can chant themselves, then they can make the mind calm, peaceful, and happy, and not be affected by the body sickness. So this is why you have to learn to do chanting now, so that when you get sick, then you can then chant, and then it will prevent you from being sad or being stressful when you get sick. When you get sick, you can chant, keep chanting or meditating. Then your mind will not be affected by the sickness of the body. From Karina David, greetings from Germany. Thank you, Karina. We have about 2.5 minutes left before we have to finish this meeting. So if you are not typing in any question right now, I have to ask you not to do it. But if you are in the process of typing the question, please continue on and send them in, because I will have to end this meeting in about 2 minutes or so. Darren William. Thoughts on Ajahn Phương? I really don't know him, except that he was the disciple of Tan Ajahn Lee, and he's one of the forest tradition teachers. But other than that, I don't really know him. From Jack Ling Tan. Dear Tan Ajahn, you always talk about developing mindfulness using the mantra or concentrating on what we are doing at the moment. Is there such thing as wrong mindfulness? Wrong mindfulness is you are being mindful of what you do, but you don't stop thinking. Like when you're mindful when you work, when you do an accounting, for instance, you have to use your thoughts. Say this is wrong mindfulness. You have mindfulness. You are mindful of what you do, but you keep your mind thinking. So this is considered wrong mindfulness. Right mindfulness is to be mindful of what you do, but not thinking about other things. So that's the difference between wrong and right mindfulness. Wrong mindfulness still doesn't stop thinking. Right mindfulness stops thinking. From Bobby Tian from Singapore, dear Tan Ajahn. Last question on relics. As I by chance have the merit of meeting many Ajahns during my time in Thailand, and have since relics in the temple after their Nibbana. Recently saw some posts of Ajahn Suchart of Wat Banta turn very quickly to Patat relic. Thanks, including others like I met like Luang Por Pian, video, and many Ajahn Mahabua disciples. Sadhu, sadhu. Does relic have any significance on the practice? No, it's just an indication of the person's mental state of mind. If the bone turns into relics, it means the mind has attained to Nibbana. but it doesn't have any effect on your practice. It might reinforce your faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Lily Siswanto, thank you, Tanajan, Namaskar. Sabrina Sage, thank you, Ajahn. Hui Ku, good morning, Ajahn. Good morning to you. Thomas De Palabas, I hope it's okay. I have another question. Is it necessary to focus at the tip of the nose? Or can it be more inside the body, like at the chest or abdomen? Yes, you can. If you like to focus on your chest or abdomen, you can also do that. Or at the tip of the nose, or at the upper lips. That's where you can feel the contact of the breath contacting your body. When I focus on the nose, it's uncomfortable inside when the air comes in. So I go inside the body. That's fine. But you should only focus on one point. Don't follow the air in and out. Just focus at the point where you can feel the air coming in or going out. From Ong Apprentice, thank you with gratitude and appreciation. From Seth East, I used to live in Fresno too for 11 years. Difficult to put question into words. Is it possible I could visit you for guiding through this spiritual path? Thank you. If you can come to Thailand, you're welcome to stay with us. We let people stay with us first on a temporary basis, 2 weeks at a time, but it can be extended. If we have no issues, then we can keep extending the visit for as long as you like. So if you can come to Thailand, you're welcome to come and stay with us. From Thomas De Parabas, very well, thank you deeply, Ajahn. From Kenneth Han, thank you for your teaching, Tanajan. From Kek Yin So, good morning, Tanajan, greeting from Penang. Greeting to you and goodbye to you also. I have to end this meeting now. Thank you from Tirata. Thank you very much for joining this meeting. I hope, okay, one more comment from Check Link 10. Thank you very much, Tanajan, on your explanation about right and wrong mindfulness. Really appreciate you pointing and guiding us to the right path and direction, Tanajan. Your wisdom and compassion is so immense and very, very inspiring with so much respect, love, gratitude to you, Tanajan. I'm Thomas De Parabas. I hope I will have a chance to practice at your monastery one day. You're welcome. From Bobby Tien, Sadhu, thank Tanajan for your unconditional metta and compassion. Hope to visit you with Ajahn Dhamma Buddho one day as we have high regard of you. Sadhu from Jarirat. Okay. Sadhu from Emily. Sadhu from Susim Tan. All right. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting is of some benefit to you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be happy, and be mindful. Goodbye for now.